Welcome back. It's Saturday, March 25th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday, a 1-2 day, but feels like an 0-3 day. Our only winner of the day, Klay Thompson, into 21 points on the hook. And we took 20.5. The line went up to 21.5 later on in the day. Just annoying. Kelly Olynyk, also annoying. Ends with 10 rebounds and assists. Did that pretty easily. Then gets benched 7 minutes in the third quarter left and doesn't ever return due to a blowout. And then the Kings and Suns, same game parlay, bankroll builder, just added icing on top. De'Aaron Fox is 19 points, going to hit 20 plus points easily. Gets injured, doesn't return, does not play in the fourth quarter. Like, I'm at a loss for words. Waking up and doing these videos, it's been very tilting over pretty much all the whole month of March. It's been just, we found new ways to lose, bringing back old ways. Any way you can lose, we have found a way to do it with such randomness this month. The only positive from yesterday, our no house advantage entry did smack. So if you tailed that, you got an easy winner there. Austin Reeves under was free money. Now, if you are new, promise the picks are going to get better. Normally when we have so much unluckiness one way, the luck normally swings back in the positive direction. So hopefully we have a good stretch here. If you want to hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. I certainly would appreciate it. MLB videos are on the horizon, and I'm begging for MLB at this rate based on how the NBA has been the past couple weeks. But either way, today, thanks to our friends at Dimers, we always have a bunch of different exclusive sportsbook sign-up offers for FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, Bet365, PointsBet, UniBet. You can take all advantage of them all at dimers.com/COS. The link's at the top of the description. Take advantage of those. Now, let's talk about today's slate. I got 3 picks, an over, an under, and a bankroll builder. I want to go 3-0, at worst 2-1. Move on, because I am tilted. Let's move on to this play, and it's Bam Adebayo. I like his over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists, -115 on DraftKings. Putting 1 unit on this. At the time of recording this, FanDuel had this line at 33.5, which I don't mind it there. If you want to pivot to his points plus rebounds, if that's still chilling at 29.5, I like that there. The reason I've taken points, PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists, is because the difference was only 3. I'm confident that Bam Adebayo can get me 3 assists, which would make this equal to taking his points plus rebounds line, but I also think he get us 4, maybe 5 assists, give us a better chance. But at the end of the day, Bam's going to need a lot of points and a lot of rebounds to hit this over, which is why those are the 2 stats I'm kind of looking into. Now, Adebayo had a slow start post All-Star break. He didn't play pretty well, but in the last 4, he's kind of heated up. In these last 4 games, he had 37, 34, 37, and 25 PRAs facing the Grizzlies, Bulls, Pistons, and Knicks. So 3 of those 4 defenses are pretty solid. He's averaged 21 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, and 3.3 assists per game this year. So 33.6 PRAs, not too shabby. We need 33 on the dot today. Now, last game, Adebayo sucked. I mean, the man had 25 PRAs against the Knicks, and what did the books do? They said, I like it. Let's raise his line by 2. I'm not saying the books have insider info, although based on what we've seen recently, I don't think that would be a crazy statement, but regardless, I contribute a lot of the success due to Kyle Lowry's return. Now, Lowry, very unselfish player, a guy that's capable of passing to Bam Adebayo for an easy dunk down inside, or getting Adebayo his looks in the right spots. And Adebayo's been playing a ton of minutes, 39 and 40 minutes in their last 2 games. They aren't even playing a backup center. So we've seen Adebayo play a ton of minutes. He's going to overlap with Lowry, who's a very good facilitator, and we've seen him score even more points with Lowry back, and they're not even playing Victor Oladipo. They don't have a backup big man. So he's going to be out there a lot as the Heat play host to the Nets. Now, the Nets, they haven't been great against centers. In fact, over the last 7 games, 6th most points per game, most rebounds per game, and most assists per game allowed to opposing centers. Now, Mr. Jokic kind of inflated a couple of those assist lines, but we've seen a ton of centers absolutely go off in the points department, but also in the rebounds department, which is a department Bam needs a little bit of help in some days. Look, Bam, we know you can grab 15 rebounds. You've done it before. Just go do that. Just go grab some rebounds, and this is a great spot for him, and he's played really well against the Nets. In his last 7 games where he's seen 30 or more minutes versus Brooklyn, here's how he's performed. He's had 55, 41, 41, 33, 37, 37, and 43 PRAs going over in all 7 games where he saw 30-plus minutes against the Nets. Now, Adebayo had 2 games sprinkled in there where he played less than 30 minutes due to the Nets blowing out the Heat. Look, I love the Nets. Love to watch them. Love my man, Mikal Bridges, who we won't bet on today in any capacity. But the Nets are incapable of blowing out a team. Like, I love them, but they do not have enough scoring to blow out a team. And the Heat are a team that can come up and show up and just not play. They just don't show up to the arena. But I just don't think the Nets are a capable team of blowing them out. The Heat could blow out the Nets. Wouldn't surprise me there. But I think Bam will still see his minutes in the fourth quarter, which is where probably able to dominate against that Nets second unit. And we've seen the Nets, they do really well defending opposing number 1 options. You see Dorian Finney-Smith. You see Mikal Bridges. Those are the 2 guys that are probably going to guard Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero. So I think the path of least resistance for the Miami Heat is going to be through Bam. They're going to need to get it to him. Nicholas Claxton, a decent defender, but he's been giving up a lot of points to opposing centers. Also been giving up a ton of rebounds. And Bam's rebounding numbers, like I said, are hit or miss. Some games he grabs like 5. Some games he grabs like 11 or 12. If we can get that 11 and 12 upswing, I think there's a good chance he can also go out there and drop 20, 25 points. Been chipping in a good amount of assists over his last, 10, 11 11 games, and he's not going to guard anyone really that's going to shoot a ton on this Nets team. He's not going to guard Dinwiddie, not going to guard Bridges, just going to be chilling guarding Claxton. Kevin Love might get some more rebounds here in this matchup, but also, I don't really see a big matchup, a great spot for Kevin Love to really here. He might guard Dorian Finney-Smith, but there's really not a good place for him to be really fit into this game. He's not been playing, more than 20, 25 minutes. So I think a guy like Adebayo is going to have to go out there, going to score a good amount of points, going to lead this team in the second unit, plays a lot of minutes. I like Adebayo to have a big night. Take his over 32.5 PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists. My individual lines I like the most goes points, then rebounds, and I don't really know what his assist line was. Didn't look at it a ton. Just know he's been doing pretty well in that department. Now, let's move on to an under of the day. It's going to be a guy that we actually just took an over on, and he cashed for us, but we're fading him today. It's Mr. Russell Westbrook. I like his under 17.5 points, minus 118 on FanDuel. You can take this at 16.5. I also don't mind his PRA under at 30.5. Now, like I said, last game we took Westbrook's over. He treated us nicely, but I'd argue we probably didn't deserve to win that one based on how the game kind of scripted out for him. But in that game, we saw him play the OKC Thunder. He went out there and scored 24 points, shot 8 for 13 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. But the big thing, only played 29 minutes in the bench unit. Was much better than Westbrook and the starters were. I mean, the guys that came in off the bench, Bones Highland finally got some time. He played 26 minutes, was plus 32 in the plus minus. Terrence Mann, same exact thing, plus 32 in the plus minus. Mason Plumlee, Nicholas Batum, Kawhi Leonard, that was the 5-man rotation that won them that game against that OKC Thunder. When Westbrook was in the game, his 29 minutes, he was by -1. So I think a guy like that lineup, that bench unit's going to come in here. Ty Lue is always a weird guy in terms of, who he's playing left and right, but I think this could be a game where he goes back to that bench unit. If they're playing the Pelicans are a decent defensive team, and we've seen Westbrook the last 2 games shoot above 60% both those games. Like both versus OKC, and we know Westbrook, he's capable of going down. Maybe if there's a law of regression thing to swing back, it's probably him shooting poorly from the field. I don't think he has enough volume to shoot poorly and also get 18 plus points or even 17 if the line goes to 16.5. So look, Westbrook is averaged just 14.1 points per game as a Clipper, going under in 11 of 13 games. Yes, Paul George is not here, but that doesn't necessarily, I don't think that volume all goes to Russell Westbrook like I kind of expected it in the last one. Well, I didn't expect all of it, I expected some. Doesn't seem like that's the case. We've seen this Pelicans defense play pretty decently since the All-Star break. Pelicans top 8 in defensive efficiency against the paint and the mid-range. That's really where Westbrook does majority of his damage. He won't get Herb Jones. That's the guy that probably goes and guards Kawhi Leonard, but the Pelicans have still been a capable defense. We've seen Westbrook last 5 games versus New Orleans scored 15, 13, 12, 18, and 16 points, going under in 4 of 5. Granted, that was as a member of the Lakers, but still, he was still playing 22, 25 minutes. They were playing a lot faster than the Clippers play. He had 15 plus field goal attempts in 3 of those games, 10 plus field goal attempts in all 5. So the field goal attempts were there for him, just wasn't converting them, wasn't getting to the free throw line. With Jonas Valanciunas and other guys kind of manning down the paint, I don't see him having a lot of easy open lanes. I think he maybe passes more to the shooters in the corners like Eric Gordon and Marcus Morris. I think I'm going to be fading Russell Westbrook, taking his under 17.5 points for 1 unit. I'll ride with that. Now, my third and final play of the day, we won't add any plays today. It's going to be the Bankroll Builders. These have been hot. Should have hit easily yesterday, but it didn't. Shout out Mr. De'Aaron Fox, but it's going to be the Bucks and Nuggets, but it's really just the Nuggets same game parlay, and it's going to be a lot on Nikola Jokic's shoulder, who's trying to hopefully become a 3-time MVP, although Joel Embiid has something else to say about that. He's been going crazy. But let's talk about these 4 legs. Nikola Jokic, 20 plus points. Jokic, 8 plus rebounds. Jokic, 8 plus assists. And then Jamal Murray, throwing him in there for 4 plus assists. Currently plus 102 on FanDuel. Now that's the 4 legs. We'll just put 1 unit on it to win back 1.02. And at surface level, there's going to be a lot of people that say, yo, this is way too much to expect from Jokic. And while I can understand from maybe a surface level thing, let me give you the stats behind it, why I like Jokic. If you want to go to Aaron Gordon, 10 plus points, that's on you. I don't want to rely on AG to do anything. After last game, that man sometimes just doesn't feel like shooting the ball. So I'd rather go to the 2 guys that are going to have the ball in their hands a ton, and that's Jokic and Jamal Murray. Now, let's talk about Jamal Murray first before we tackle Jokic. And Jamal Murray, we're just asking him to get 4 assists. Now, normally we've been putting him for 15 plus points, and while I don't mind him there, I think 4 assists is a little safer. He has 4 plus assists in 24 of his last 25. His last 5 games, 9, 10, 6, 8, and 8 assists. So he's been crushing the assists. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. He might score 15 plus, but probably gets the Drew Holiday shadow, which we know Jamal Murray, he's always capable of going out there and shooting 4 for 30. Look, that's just a 4 for 18. I mean, he has games where he just clanks it up and makes it a sweat. I think the 4 assists, he can have the ball in his hands, and hopefully he's dishing it to Jokic, or maybe Jokic is getting those points. We can knock 2 birds with 1 stone. So I like 4 plus assists more than 15 plus points for Jamal. Now let's start with Jokic, who obviously we need him to have a solid day. 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Might sound like a lot for anyone, but Jokic has been great. In his last 25 games overall, Jokic 20 plus points in 18 of 25, 8 plus rebounds in all 25, and 8 plus assists in 21 of 25. So All three combined, he's done 28-8 in 15 of his last 25 games. So while that doesn't look at a great track record here, normally the reason he doesn't get this is because of the points. I think he can easily get his 8 assists and 8 rebounds because at home, he's had 8 assists in each of his last 25 games and 8+ rebounds in 24 of his last 25. He's been so good at home getting those assists, and I think he's going to be needed with those rebounds that I think the 8 rebounds and 8 assists are given. I think he's locking those in and getting them. Now, as for the 20+ points, it's kind of what we're banking on here, and I think he's going to have to score against the Bucks. Now, the Bucks are a good defense. I don't know who they play. They're on a back-to-back, but given that they really don't have to play any of their starters in the fourth quarter yesterday, I'm not really worried about them benching a ton of people. Maybe Chris Middleton's back today, but still, we've seen him play well in his last 3 games against this Milwaukee team. Jokic scored 35, 37, and 18 points. His one miss was the game he shot 28, or only played 28 minutes due to a 36-point Nuggets win. I don't see that happening today. I think the Bucks are obviously a capable team. They have the best record in the league, and I think the Nuggets are a very good home team. So I think this is the battle of the heavyweights. I don't see the Nuggets, even though they still have, a 3-game hold on this first seed in the West, I don't see them just resting their guys down the stretch. They need their guys to stay healthy and ready to go, but also this is a great barometer for them. The Nuggets obviously have had a great year, but they've also had bad success in the postseason. They haven't shown a ton of success in the postseason over the last 4 to 5 games. So this is a great barometer in terms of how good they are against a very good Bucks team. The Bucks are obviously a team with championship aspirations, a team that's won a championship in the past 2 years. So I think this is a great game for Jokic to step up, have 28 and 8, and then Jamal Murray chip in 4 assists. The Builders have been hot. We didn't deserve what happened yesterday, so plus 102. I'll take a stab at it. Those are my 3 favorite plays: the Bankroll Builder and the Nuggets game and Bucks. And we're taking Russell's under, and we're taking Bam Adebayo's over in points, rebounds, and assists. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you guys back again, hopefully with a winning day. If it's another tilting day, I don't know what I will do, but tomorrow's a big day. We'll stay tuned for that. See you guys then. Peace out.